You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. What up, everybody? It's your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. And yes, we're going to keep going. We got another awesome guest. Now, as I said in my intro, I like to speak to creators from all walks of life, right? It's not just comic books, it's not just blockchain guys, but also people that do what we do. You know, lovers of the fandom, people that do awesome shows, showcasing their love of the fandom, whether it's toys, movies, whatever. Guess what? I got my man here that does some cool stuff, you know, for a living. And then on the side, he has this amazing channel that you can find on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It is called Basement Boy Banter. And I'm very happy to have the host, the one and only Thor Zimmer-Borger.
Hey, what's going down, man? What's going down? Happy to be here. Dude, thanks for having me.
Jesus Christ, I'm jealous of your background. Look at that room. Holy smokes.
Hey, bro. This has been this background has taken so many forms since 2015 when we started. But yeah, I won't even say this is its final form, because I'm already thinking of changing it again here soon. So
yeah, you're a man after my heart. We're both fellow entrepreneurs in the space, man, and just like that, we like to keep changing things around as much as we possibly can. It also helps us hide the new stuff we get. Was that always there? Right. Yes, it was, babe. I promise that was always there. I swear.
For sure.
So Thor, man, what's up?
Not a whole lot, man. Just living the dream, right? Just hanging out, getting to chat with you on this fine Tuesday. So it's good. Life's good, man. Life's good.
Yeah, excellent. And I know you just finished recording a new little segment for your show just before coming on. So
just dropped Thanos and the Iron Man 2-pack, the Marvel Legends Infinity series. Got a chance to take them outside, do an outside photo shoot with them, and then our normal spiel. Me and my son Levi do our toy reviews most of the time. And yeah, we just dropped that this morning. So check that out after you're done over here.
I gotta ask you. So when you take these toys outside and start taking and playing with them outside, do your neighbors kind of look at you any weirdly, or do they already know that's just Thor being Thor?
The first couple times they see me, they're always like, I see him peering, and then I'll wave, and then I'll go back to doing it. Especially what really draws them is when I'm doing live streaming outside while I'm doing the toy photography. Like I'll do a little behind the scenes on the IG live or whatever, and then they're really always like, "What is he doing?" Because I'm out there just being me. So.
Oh, too funny. And talk about that, man. A little bit about yourself. Where you from?
I'm from Minnesota. Born and raised. Been here all my life. I live in Burnsville, suburb of Minneapolis. I started doing Basement Boy Banter in 2015. That's kind of how I got started doing this. I was working at GNC at the time. I was like an area store manager, and I was really into I don't know if you remember AMC Movie Talk when they were around, or Collider, Collider and all those guys.
Oh my God, Collider! Yes,
I was really into the early days of that, and I remember I was watching. They were taking questions at the end of the show, and one was like, "How do you get started in this?" And it was John Campia, who literally just said, "Start doing it."
Just do it.
I was like, "Well, right, yeah, that makes sense, right?" So I knew my brother had a little equipment. I had some stuff, and I had a buddy who was in. So I locked in the channel. I locked in everything. We shot a preview episode, or like a test episode, and then we shot our first one April 2015. And now 140 some episodes later in the Basement Boy Banter episodes, and then the toy videos and wrestling in the basement and all the other shows that kind of built from that. But yeah, it all started with just the Basement Boy Banter.
So you're building your own little media empire, are you?
I like coming up with shows. I mean, a lot of the stuff we used to do in the show, right? Like like wrestling, we used to talk about in the Basement Boy Banter show, because it was kind of like a news thing, but it encompassed not just movies. It literally was like all nerd, inclusive, or whatever.
I love that, nerdclusive.
Yeah, nerdclusive. It was nerdclusive for sure. So we covered, anime, video games, wrestling, movies, comics, everything, and then it just gets too much. They get too long, and it's just a different format. So then I started piecing it all out. And then we started doing the wrestling videos, broke gaming off to itself, and started kind of piecing it. And then that was cool. Like I did that for a really long time, up until the pandemic hit. We were going strong. I started one called "Does It Hold Up?" We'd watch like old stuff and then talk about how it holds up nowadays and stuff like that. So yeah, coming up with show ideas and coming up with different different flavors to throw out to people. I love that. I love that.
So how much have you educated yourself in the journey? Have you taken any courses or try to teach yourself, or just go on or go to the greatest college on earth? That's free, YouTube.
No, I honestly, everything is self-taught. All the editing, the audio work, the video, everything. I mean, I have some great photographer friends who have helped me. I have great people all over the internet and all in different spaces who have helped me. I do a lot of work with a group called the Saber Legion. They fight with lightsabers. It's like fencing. Cool. They have all padded. I'm one of their commentators and stuff like that. I do a lot of stuff for them. So through just my different ventures and through just really doing it, really. I mean, sure, I'd watch stuff and I'd get tips and try to find best practices. But when you have your own equipment, it doesn't matter what everybody says. You have to figure out how to do it with what you have. So it's just trial by error, right?
Excellent. I love it, folks. You hear this? You sound like me. You're just the Minnesota version of me. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I got equipment. Let's do it. Let's just start. I love Podfest, right? Chris Kremitsos. I don't know if you ever heard of Podfest, but he wrote this book right here, kind of touching upon what you said, right? I had something, why not? And he wrote this book, Start Ugly.
Yes.
Just start. Doesn't matter. You know what? Folks, you have a podcast studio, vidcast studio right here in the palm of your hands. And only as you get better, if you enjoy it, then you can spend money on equipment.
Oh yeah. I didn't start spending money until I was a few years in. Really, you don't buy cameras and stuff like that because Start Ugly. I love that. I want to pick that up.
It's a great little book, man, and it's just very inspirational. A lot of great stuff there. And this man now has one of the greatest podcast conventions in all of America, I think, and the world. It's here in Florida, in Orlando. It's a great show, and that was my podcast college for me.
Okay.
Because that community welcomed me in. All right. Comic Crusaders, I love to welcome everybody in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't normally get that treatment, because I'm the one always doing it. Right. Man, these people made me feel like I made possibly my Crusaders feel. I've just humbled by the support, love, and encouragement.
Yeah.
And this is why I when you reached out, when I did my little flow and you reached out, I was more than happy. Another fellow streamer wants to hang out. Awesome. Because I really want to, just learn about the journey and what you've been through. Right. Now, you said you've picked up, you had equipment, you went with it. What would you think was your biggest challenge as you try to, build up the Basement Boy Banter brand?
In the beginning, the biggest challenge in the beginning was I wasn't in charge of the editing and the posting. I didn't have a computer to do anything on. So I had to rely on somebody else to do all my edits, all my posting on their time. And that was tough. That was really tough. That was hard. That was a hard thing. Those early episodes they are ugly. I mean, they're ugly, but that's a learning process, right? You have to get those out of the way. You are not going to hit the ground you're not going to hit the ground at a million. You got to just fall flat on the ground and then get up and start, jogging. And that's
you don't have NBC or ABC, funding you, and prepping you for these things. Because I love how today, now we have a podcast. Listen, it's enough I see you guys in the morning. It's enough.
Right. I think that's funny on the radio. I'm listening to the radio and we got a podcast. I'm listening to you right now on the radio. What? Why would I? What?
Listen. Well, I've learned to not get insulted by that anymore. Because again, when they fall into the field as well, it just brings a whole new audience that may discover you. So if you know how to market, you can know how to market next to that, have yours show up next to theirs, then it's a gold mine. Again, it's on the navigation and it's constant education. At least for me, it is. I learn something new every day. I learn to edit.
A lot of the big guys, obviously you have to see what they're doing. You got to watch what the other people are doing, and not to copy it or not to emulate it, but just to see and then take it and incorporate it in your flavor, and then mix it all up again and then turn it back out for your stuff. There's no harm in that. Like I watch Toy Shiz, I watch, Ahsoka the Geek. I watch a lot of these people, and watch what they do. And obviously I don't try to do exactly what they do because I'm not them, right? But they give me, they push me, right? Steel sharpens steel, right? Yes. So having people that you can not aspire to be, but just kind of motivate you to do better and keep you going, right?
You want that. Listen, I have Comic Crusaders Podcast competing with my other network, Undercover Capes. Why not? It's all on the family. Let's compete against one another and keep us motivated.
Well, right, and it all dumps to the same place, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, right. Yes, exactly.
You get it, and that's the kind of things we got to do, man. And again, let's start showing off people your journey, because you sent me some cool images.
Yeah,
I just had to do it.
Yeah,
I had to do this little PowerPoint, and let's start showing off kind of your journey. Because one of your pictures that you sent me, there you go. There goes Thor, man, kicking ass. And folks, if you want to get a house with a studio office, men, I think this is the man right here.
You need a YouTube studio in your house. I'm a great realtor. I mean, I am. I'm just saying.
But I love the logo. So talk about that though.
The original logo, yeah. Gosh, that was the logo I got right when I thought up this thing. I had a buddy who was into graphic design, and he did it up for me and did a little intro, and we've plugged it literally ever since. I mean, I did the one in the background, the more comic-y one.
Yeah.
When I was trying to kind of phase in between and maybe get a new logo. But yeah, the classic, man. That's the classic logo. It's hard to get away from it. I'll tell you that much.
And I love it because, again, if you look at these colors, kind of shares our colors.
Yep, the black and yellow.
We're all one family, kiddo. Yeah, black and yellow kid. Yeah. Now, look at this, folks. Look at this growth from this to this. I mean, give us the walkthrough.
Right. So 2015, we used to do this in my brother's basement. My brother was the one who had the equipment, and he had like an empty basement. So we just sat in his basement and did it with just the posters, right? That's my buddy Brian, the co-host of Basement Boy Banter. We haven't done a show since COVID, but that dude, that's my dude right there. Then 2016, I finally moved into my own place that actually had space to start setting up stuff. Because I had all this stuff, but it was sitting in boxes. So then I started putting it out in 2016, 2017, it grew. Then 2018, I moved in with my wife. So now I have the full Basement Boy Banter studios in the basement. And then, 2019, I was looking crispy there. It is a disaster right now. I'm glad you can't see. Like, right now, it looks real done. But outside of here, on both sides of me, is just a pile of toys, open boxes, and a pile of toys, unopened boxes.
Crazy.
So,
gotta ask, though, are the pictures that you have here on the side, are those metal ones?
Yeah, the metal signs. Yep.
I love those.
I have them going around the outside, yeah. Yep.
Oh man, I gotta get those. Your setup looks fire, bro. And then what's crazy is, I also noticed how you finally upgraded your desk and chairs.
Yeah, I finally had to get the good chair. That was when I did that build. Was it last year? I finally ordered one off Amazon, and then built it live on YouTube, because why not, right?
So I gotta ask here, in this shelf, at least, what is the most prized possession? In my collection? Oh man, dude, no one has ever asked me that. You gotta have a prize.
I do. I just have to think. I have to look. I have to think about that for a second. I mean, I don't know, the Jack Pacific Dragon Ball collection. Okay. That's probably my top, because I've had that for quite a long time. I mean, I had that when I was working at Suncoast back in like the early 2000s, late 90s.
Okay.
I started building and amassing that collection. Also, the Akira, the bike. You know what? I ain't gonna even lie. This bike right here, that's my jam. That's old school.
Keep it right there. I gotta put you first.
Oh no, you're good. Yep, I got it.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, the original. It's got a little yellowed on the windshield, but everything else is crispy.
What could you do to prevent those windshields? I mean, once they're old, they're just going to turn yellow. I mean, what can you do to protect them? Really nothing, right?
Nah, I mean, even in plastic, I've even seen things yellow in plastic in tubs. So it's like in garages. There's no
oxygen. It's killing us all.
it's killing off my plastic, but it keeps me alive. So yeah.
So look at that. Yo, love it. That's the setup. Yeah. That's your boy right here.
That's Brian. Yeah, that's the co-host. That was Basement Boy Banter, one of the episodes. I don't know.
What's this behind you?
To cut him out to put Bernie Sanders in when they were doing that meme thing last year. I cut him out and put Bernie Sanders, and that's why I had that picture on my laptop. It was in my editing stuff. But yeah, so yeah, me and him. He was the one who started with. I called him and I was like, I want to start a YouTube channel. You in? Because me and him, he was a manager at GNC under me at the time, and we had met kind of while I was working at GNC. We used to just talk like nerd all the time. He worked at a movie theater when I first met him, and we just talk because it was dead. So we just chat all day. And I called him and I was like, "You want to do this?" And he's like, "Sure." And then boom, ever since. So
nice.
Well, my son kind of took his spot. That was the newest. Now, okay, Basement Boy Banter kind of took a hiatus when the pandemic hit. I kind of had to rethink how I was going to do things. I had no more Brian. I had no more ability to kind of do the show the way we did it. Plus, there was no news. There was nothing coming out. I was at a loss. So I started doing interviews. I did my first one with Dennis Bogan. He's a comic book creator and an author here in the Twin Cities. He's a real good dude. That episode's up. That was the last episode that I did of the Basement Boy Banter. But I started doing the toy stuff early last year, and that's kind of really taken over the channel a lot. Ever since there's 133 when Disney and Sony were fighting over Spider-Man. I put their companies in his eyes.
They're still fighting over this MF.
They are still fighting over it. That's still apropos. Yeah, I just take out the shoot. But yeah, take out that and good to go.
Look at poor Spidey. His parents didn't want him. He uses his uncle, and now you got these people fighting over him. Poor Spidey, man. I think his story is more traumatic than Batman's.
They are gonna eventually Disney will just buy Sony. I mean, they bought Fox. They'll buy Sony.
Oh yeah,
Sony's in trouble too. So.
Oh yeah, they're just waiting because Disney's making hand over fist money right now. So.
1 million subscribers on their streaming in a year and a half or something like that.
And this little mofo right here, and this little basket definitely got everybody in love.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is funny that this picture, I put this in there because this was the first toy review. I bought my son the most dangerous toy of 2020, the Darksaber. I didn't know it at the time. I did. And then
what a good dad. All right.
He was 6 at the time. Yeah, I'm a great dad. But I bought him that, and then we shot this little review, and I edited it together, and I really liked doing it. Yeah. And it kind of coincided with when I bought my first McFarlane. So then they kind of started spiraling, and now you can see McFarlane is kind of taking over some shelves, and yeah.
I don't blame you. McFarlane has come back hard ever since he landed that DC contract. It has been nuts.
Well, that new Spawn line, I got Gunslinger and I got the whole Spawn line sitting over here, just ready for videos. But yeah, that Violator, I'll be honest, if you haven't picked up that new Violator,
I have to.
It's impressive. It's a massive dragon-esque.
My brother says, that's it. Violator got his ass kicked once too many times and hit the gym.
Yep. Yeah, he started lifting. He started lifting heavy.
That's a DJ. He's dieseling in The Rock right now.
He is
the Violator. You know what? There we go, Rock. If you want to be in Spawn, you could be Violator. This new version.
The Rock, but The Rock is the clown. Oh, there you go. Armored Darkseid. That was one of the newer videos.
Let me tell you that no one's gonna beat John Leguizamo as the clown though, because John Leguizamo really pulled it off as the clown. That was the highlight of that Spawn movie.
Hands down.
Right? I mean, Michael J. White, great Spawn and all, but cheesy graphics wasn't ready for the time. And listen, I love Spawn. But the graphics weren't ready for the time. Michael J. White was a great selection. I wish he was that young now so he could continue being Spawn. Right now he could be Chapel. The way I look at him.
Ooh, you know what? That would be sick if they did.
Bring back Chapel, bro. But I mean, life was gonna have to let people want to work with Chapel.
That would be awesome. That would be way cool.
And this is a gorgeous figure, by the way.
That is it. The Uxas, the unarmored one has some QC issues, and the armored one that I got was flawless. I mean, he is just crispy all around, just a great figure. Especially if you got that Justice League line, which is a good line. That was a good wave. I really like the Aquaman. I like more than most people, and the Cyborg I think is just phenomenal. The Supermans are good too.
Did you do the Suicide Squad run? Yeah, they're talking about it. Look at this.
I didn't do the Suicide Squad wave. I just got the gold figure, mega figure, because I was like, you know what? Well, at the time, I just had way too much stuff coming in, and I really wasn't feeling the figures as much, which is sad now because I really want Polka Dot Man and Peacemaker.
Yeah, they look dope, man. I had them in my hands, and Bobo did the review, and great figures that got a lot of attention.
Yeah. This guy though, that King Shark, he's a fun guy. If you are dabbling in the toy photography, pick up a King Shark. You'll have a good time just having fun with them.
And what would be great is make sure to grab as many Sylvester Stallone quotes, and do that as voiceovers for the car. Because that was great. When I heard Sly Stallone's voice, I was like, holy shit, he's King Sharko.
No. And
Right?
it's just, it's so Groot-esque. It's so Vin Diesel Groot-esque for James Gunn to do that with Stallone. Like, it worked really well. He's very good at doing that.
It is. I want to see Stallone do more cartoon voiceovers now.
That the final phase of Stallone's career.
Oh man, Kota Buyika be doing Kia. Sorry, Kota Bukia.
Kota Bukia.
Yo, bro.
Okay.
Bro, I met them at a toy fair 2019. That was the last toy fair I got to go to.
Okay.
Just that booth, I could stay there all day looking at these joints.
Yeah, they got some. I mean, I'm moving away from PVC statues because I like the better articulation. But this technically was my first toy review that I ever did. I was in rehab, or not rehab. I was in physical therapy. That sounds.
I said rehab. What the hell we going on? Rehab.
Sorry, physical rehabilitation. I was in physical rehabilitation.
I was like, Basement Boy Banter was really about something else. Huh?
Nope. It was physical therapy. And I had some time to they wanted me to work standing and sitting. So I brought my laptop in and I did the review for that figure. And that was like a couple of years ago, which is funny because then it took a little while. But then once the floodgates opened on the toy reviews, because I've been a collector since, I was a collector when I was a kid, right? But then I started heavy collecting in the 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s. That's when I got all the Dragon Ball Z, the McFarlane, Akira stuff. Took a long hiatus. And then really jump back in, with the DC line. And then when I say took a hiatus, I still bought figures, but I only bought maybe 3 or 4 pieces a year at most. Mostly when I go to conventions or, hit the local, hobby shop and stuff like that. But yeah, I got heavy back into collecting, like I said, just early last year. And then it kind of the floodgates went a little too wide. I had to kind of squeeze them back down a little bit.
Yeah. Listen, with all these new toys coming out, there's a lot of things. I go to the whole thing. I'm lucky in Florida, meaning that there's a lot of collectors here, so they wipe out the shelves before I could actually go and pull out my wallet. You know what I mean?
Scalpers.
So yeah, I go there and it's always effing empty. No matter what section, I'm like, okay, this must be a good sign though, because if I would, if I can't imagine what was on those shelves, and then my wife's look when they come home with bags. Like, what the heck?
Oh man, yeah.
It's a good thing that
a lot of times I walk in the door and there's grocery shopping and there's a bag of figures and it's like, well, they just came in, so I can't just leave them there,
I get you. I have to learn the schedule. I have to make friends at Target and Walmart.
And if you're like if you're like a fan of the 80s toys, being a collector right now is the best time ever.
Dude, I see all these Transformers. See, Transformers and G.I. Joe was my shit growing up. Yeah. You feel me? There was this one backing. I think about the 86 series of G.I. Joe. And I had every motherfucking character in the back at one point.
Yeah.
And then when it came to Transformers, I had all the combiners, all of them. Bro. And then my mother decided to say, hey, you're too lonely. You need a brother.
I remember I had the original die-cast Voltron with the head shoot. Oh, man. The amount of toys that my parents just got rid of at one point because they're like, well, you've outgrown it, so we're just going to get rid of all the stuff. I was like, I would have half a fortune right now. Oh.
I have the re-release.
Oh, right? So gorgeous.
All right? And now what's cool about this that a lot of people don't know unless I tell you is that this line, the yellow, I replaced it. This is an original from the 80s.
Oh,
with the hologram still on it.
Yes.
See? So I'm gonna rebuild this whole unit with all the OGs as I find them.
Yes,
I found a nice black line, but it was too beat up for me. Yeah. But this is the OG re-release, though.
Nice. Yeah, I picked up Super 7's. I picked up Super 7's Ultimate just recently.
Oh shit, Super 7.
Really like that figure.
I got the little model. This is gorgeous. Cool. Look at that.
Did you see that new? What's the one that's coming out? It's like $600. I think it's like Blitzway or.
Oh yes.
That thing looks.
Listen, they wanna rape our wallets in such ways.
When I saw the new releases for McFarlane coming, a deluxe Spawn, an Overkill mega figure.
Bro, the Lobo. I want that Lobo. Yo, Overkill. Listen though, this one wasn't bad when this came out. This is the first Overkill. I still have them. I mean, look how gorgeous.
Yes. Yes.
I
See,
love it.
You got the Kickstarters too. I see that back there.
Oh no, that Kickstarter was a gift.
Oh,
Believe it. I won it. My boy won it. Bobo from Crisis Toyverse, he won it. He knows I love Spawn, and he knew that I couldn't kick in for the Kickstarter. I have a family, and at that time it was single, solo income, just me. So I was like, damn it, I can't do this. My wife would fucking really cut my balls off. That would have been on the eBay block. Almega's balls. So Bobo, knowing that, he wins. Jay Hernandez was giving it away, and Bobo wins. And Bobo says, well, I already bought these, Al. I know you love it, and thank you for what you've done for me. What's your address? I was going to be in tears, bro. I was going to be in tears when he told me that.
I've been trying to hunt a classic for not a ridiculous price, but it's still eludes.
You're not gonna.
So when I saw that Spawn Deluxe set he's got coming out, though, I was like, haha.
Make up for it.
No, I don't need it. I still take it and find it, but yeah, I don't need it.
I love it, man. I love it.
That's awesome.
This is my business. I have every single issue. From the store bought from day one. Now that's the one thing that my wife knows about me. It's like for a fact. It's like, all right, this motherfucker would never stop collecting Spawn. No, I won't. That's my shit.
Tough, man. How have you been liking the new Spawn Universe stuff?
I love it. It's about damn time, Todd. I mean, even with that King Spawn, I see Haunt is coming back because I love that run. And I have it too. I know. I love it. I love that run. And when that run first came out, I said, God damn, they got to tie this into the Spawn universe. Yeah. And then they wound up doing that within the Spawn run normal. And then he disappeared.
Well, he's back now.
Yeah, and I'm so happy. Just the whole extension. Listen, we've been waiting mad long for this, bro.
Yeah.
Man. Oh. And let me tell you, I didn't know that you were the Tiger King, but I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, wait a minute.
I forgot I said that picture. When I was looking for things to do early in the pandemic, when I was looking for crap to do, when this was a thing, I whipped up this in Photoshop for the video. That was the thumbnail for the video.
Yo, bro, you know what, bro? I could see you as a blonde now.
You are the only person. Well, I mean, I'm getting the Reed Richards streaks. So,
bro, who are you talking to? This is already Richard out, and on the side is getting there. Oh,
yeah, that's my son. Yep, he's the one who does the toy reviews.
I love that dynamic between you and your kiddo. That is so cool. It reminds me of what we do on Undercover Capes. Is the random dude and his son Lucas, and they call it the Random Dad Chronicles, and they review comic books together.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so cute. Awesome. But it's always great to see that, a father and son, or just a parent and their child working together like that. And I mean, so much fun. And the kid's smart. He knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, he keeps me on my toes.
He's a fan. He keeps me on
my toes. He does. Oh yeah, he comes with the tough questions sometimes, and then he'll like catch me off guard, and then I have to really search the database, and I'm like, oh no, where's this come from?
I hear it already. Don't embarrass Daddy on air now.
Yep. They're kids, man. They do funny stuff. You just gotta let them just be, because they'll just get on on this video. He gets on a rant with the shield. He starts calling it a thumb shield, and he does it like it's like a running gag for him throughout the whole video, funny. And he laughs every time. By the end of it, I'm enjoying with it, but it's just I'm kind of like, dude, it's funny. And that is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things about doing the toy reviews with my son. Is just the bonding that me and him have done over the toys and teaching him about watching original Voltron with him, watching original Masters of the Universe, so he understands who these characters are, and then watching the new stuff with him. Watching Revelations, doing the Battle Cat, surprise.
Did he like Revelations compared to the OG?
Yeah,
I loved it too.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was very well done.
I'm not a Kevin Smith, fanboy. Far from. You just ask my wifey, and she'll tell you how I feel about certain things. I'm not, but Kevin Smith captured the nostalgia of this, and so what that it was focused on Tila. Are you that insecure, guys?
I mean you have to push forward the IP.
Yeah.
You can't rinse, wash, and repeat the same thing for Eternia, pun intended.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I thought it was refreshing. I mean, bringing technology into it, some of the things that he did well. I don't really like Kevin Smith movies. I can't tell you one that I care for, and that's not a shot at him. That's just show you
It's
where
just
I'm at,
us,
right?
our flavors. It's not for us, but
Yeah.
you gotta admit when he does something good too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. And if I don't like something, I'm gonna call something out. But yeah, I don't have. I like to look for the good and stuff. I really do. I'm a positive person for the most part. So I'm not really big on taking stuff, tearing stuff down. Plus, I know what it takes to creators, right? Know what it takes to create.
Yes.
And when you create something, to take somebody else's creation and to try to knock it down, for your own personal gain, that's never been my style, man. That's it. I do this. I do this for the love of this. I started this because I had nobody to talk to about being a nerd and about toys, and my wife does not want to hear about the 75 releases from McFarlane over the summer. And I need a place to go to talk to people about the retro Batman, Batmobile.
How about this, brother? We do it the next time we get together. Let's put our wives on a separate stream so they could talk crap about these guys. Don't shut up about this, and then all we do is talk about all the stuff that they don't want us to talk about.
Well, they're gonna talk about how much money we spent.
You know what? We could do that. It could be like a husband therapy show.
Couples. It's couples therapy for collectors.
Yeah, there you go. Ladies, you get a separate. We do this in Zoom. You get the women's room, then you get the men's room. Or listen, again, it could be reverse where the man doesn't collect and the woman does. So listen, if you're a collector, you're with us, and if you're not, you're with them.
Yeah, it could go either way. It could be reverse for sure, 100%. 100%.
It's been like that. Believe you me, I've met couples that the fandom, the woman knows more about the books. Like I remember I met this couple and he's like, yeah, I enjoy comics. She's like, yeah, he does it. And then she started schooling me. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, bro, that's
She's
awesome.
On blast like that. Ouch.
Like, yeah, I love that. I was like, ooh, this is great. You know what? I really love to see what everybody dives into our fandom, regardless of sex, the color. I mean, this should be a unifying factor, not a divisive one.
Love what you love, man. Love what you love.
Hey, look at this. And you're talking
about wrestling. There you go.
The wrestling. Yeah, man. How did you feel about that last pay-per-view? Because everybody could not stop talking about how AEW finally elevated.
I actually saw all the stuff that happened, and I thought it was great. But I'll tell you something. Me and wrestling fell out about the same time the pandemic hit. I haven't watched wrestling in probably 18 months.
Oh wow!
I can't. I don't know what it is about. Time is one of the things, right? I have a daughter who turns 1 this month. I have a 7-year-old son. I have a million toy reviews to do, and watching a 2-hour show or a 3-hour show or 3 3-hour shows a week is just not in the cards for me.
That's
right?
a luxury if you're able to.
It is. I still love to watch on Twitter and see what happens and see, the big reveals and see Punk and all that stuff. But I think getting back into it right now for me, heavy is just kind of it's just not, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to give it just. And for me, I'm kind of an all or nothing. Like when I'm in something, I'm kind of in it. And then when I'm kind of not, I'm just kind of not,
Let me blow your mind real quick because I could understand that thing about time. For example, I have in my possession, because of press, the whole season of the new sci-fi show Day of the Dead. That doesn't come out till next month.
Oh, wow.
Do you think I've had time to sit down?
Are they 1-hour episodes?
Minus the commercials, so 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's how many episodes? Like 10?
10. That's 10
hours?
Yeah, exactly. That I have to, I try to watch one and then it's like, shit, I got to get back to it. But, today alone is a busy
And if you're trying to watch it for review, it's not like you can just put it on as background noise, right? Like that's what people don't understand. You can't have the kids running around and doing a bunch of crazy backflips off couches and stuff while you're trying to watch something focus, right? Like, so you do it at night when you're tired, like in the middle of the night. You do it like super early in the morning, like you know what I mean? Like when do you do it?
I live on this computer daily. It's a miracle that this keyboard is not attached to my hands as yet. You feel me? That's how long I'm on a computer. So yeah, when it comes to that, when I finish, I need to spend time with the family. Otherwise, Al Mega's empire is going to be gone. You know what I mean? So I got to spend time with my queen, my princess. Do the family thing. Then like today, I told them, don't bother me. I got 9 podcasts to do.
I got to get it done.
Yeah, so like I gave you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday belongs to Mega.
You gotta have time for you, right? But I mean, we're nothing without them, right? That's my family's everything to me too. That's my whole world right there. My son, my daughter, and my wife. That's my linchpin. So
that's our calmness after the storm. But this gets crazy at times. So listen, I've kept you for a half hour, and I know I got a little bit more to do as well today. But biggest lesson you've learned since you started, brother? I mean, from beginning to now, what's the biggest lesson you've learned? Because your channels are growing amazingly. You're putting up, again, and I see that growth. And I was peeping your videos and everything you're doing. I'm like, wow, homie just keeps getting better and better.
We're starting to finally get some traction. It feels good. It feels good. The biggest lesson, that would be it, is just to keep going. You can't stop. Like, just don't stop. It's not going to, it might not be a year. It might not be 2, 3. It could be 5, 6. But you got to, if you love it, and that's the thing. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're not doing it for the right reasons, they'll see it. The people will see it, right? And you won't get traction. You have to be consistent, and you have to just stick the course. Trust the process. Really trust the process. That's the biggest lesson I've learned. Because real estate, too, you have to trust the process, right? Like, you're not going to start off in any field at the top, right? Or even like just shoot straight to the top. You're not going to be 6 months. I have 10K followers, blah blah. Some people do that, but the most people don't do that. You have to live at 100, 500. Like, you got to live there, and you can't make it an obsession either. You have to just kind of like do you, and not worry about all that other stuff. If you're always looking at analytics and trying to like break the code, there's no code. It's consistency. And it's, it's trust the process.
Agreed. Marky Pliers said that. I saw him at PAX a couple of years ago. My daughter wanted to see him, of course. And, when that question came up, what is the key to success in this? He goes, I don't know. Just be consistent. Just, if you say I'm going to drop a show every Wednesday at 8, drop that show every Wednesday at 8. Mm-hmm. Period. I mean, just be consistent, and the brand builds itself. Yeah. So that's awesome. So when do you drop your new episodes?
I drop 1 to 2 videos a week, usually on the toy reviews. I don't have set times because it's just too random right now. With my schedule is too hectic. I shoot for Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I check the channel every week. There's always something new. I'm always putting up new stuff. I got new videos coming. We did a ranking for all the Dragon Ball Z movies. Me and another buddy. That video's coming. The Dark Father Wave video's coming. Jazz. Speaking of Transformers, 1986 versus the 2021 Jazz. That video's coming. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the works. So
nothing beats the OGs. They actually made of metal.
Yes, the metal one. The only original Transformer I still have from my childhood, original Jazz. So
really,
yeah,
good for you.
Right here.
Shit. Boom. Oh my God, yo!
There he is, OG.
Say word, yo.
He is very loose and very yellow, but he's there.
See, for me, I got original GI Joes from my childhood. I got Serpentor. I got Crocmaster Complete. Cobra Bat. I mean, this is my latest pickup for G.I. Joe, because I always fucking love this tank.
Oh, that is such a good yes.
Bro, if they can make this tank in real life, I'll drive that shit in Florida.
And being in Florida, you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, man, the Florida man. That is what, Almega, the New York, is turning into the new Florida, man. Let's get it done.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Basement Boy Banter all over the place. Check me out.
Yeah, bro.
Check out my stuff.
Facebook, YouTube, IG. Just look up the homie. I mean, it's great stuff, great shows. And the fact that this is the person that works with his kid, too. I can't wait to see the daughter start coming into the game. Because I'm pretty sure you're going to start bringing her in. Now you're going to start reviewing the Bratz dolls,
There we go. I'll have to start a different channel for that, though.
Yeah, man, just do it, brother. It's amazing. Thor, bro, God bless you on your journey.
Thanks so much, man.
You keep going forward.
Thanks so much for having me on, dude. I really appreciate you.
Man. Keep going forward, bro. You're doing a great thing. You're doing a service to the community, and it's true. You're all about positivity and encouragement. Sure. And not just that, though, but folks, some real shit. He is a real estate agent. So, before we go, if we wanted to get a crib out there in Minnesota, where can we find you on the real estate side?
Look for Thor ZB. That's my real estate handle, or Thor Zimmer-Borger. If you search Thor Zimmer-Borger, you'll find the real estate stuff.
There you go, folks. He won't give us dudes or gals that do this a garage like I'm in or a little room. He's talking about an OG studio. All right, so all right, go to Minnesota where you can have a full studio, have a hangout that won't disturb the family. You know what I mean? Then we could invite Thor over, go over his house and check out those awesome toys he got.
Oh, come play down here anytime.
That's bro. That's an invite. We're gonna go. I'm gonna play, but I want to be the bad guys because I always love the villains. All right.
You got it. Oh yes, man. Al, thank you again, man. Deuces,
brother. There you go, folks. Facebook,
Basement
YouTube, and Instagram. With that, you know what to do because the outro says it. With the exception of, make sure to visit our new comic book shop that's run by Dark Horse 305, aka Lucas Fascinas, the greatest spec king of all comic books. You know, that's comiccrusaders.shop. And also visit our newly formed swag shop, Comic Crusaders, where you could get all your favorite mascots like this bad boy right here. That's right.
Ooh, crispy.
Yep, you'll get this bad boy on that shop. So comiccrusaders.us for that. All right, folks. Thor, thank you again. You rule. Basement Boy Banter, Comic Crusaders. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.